Inca, this is my all-time favorite civ. It's also what I consider probably one of the absolute best civs. It's certainly the most fun civ to play. Maybe barring Poland. Poland's super fun to play too. T1 Civ. They have a hill bias. We've already talked about the hill bias with Austria. It's fairly decent. Remember, Austria, the hill bias, the downside of the hill bias is food. Well, Incas have a food special tile. So what they can do, this is available at construction. This is this is so quick. Construction. Construction is such a cheap early tech to pick up. You can have this available instantly, and this lets you build farms on any hill, and terrace farms is what they're called, on any hill. And if there's mountains surrounding, for each mountain adjacent to that hill, it's +1 food. So you build it on a hill in the middle of plains, it's +1 food. You build it on a hill next to a mountain, it's +2 food. You build it on a hill next to 2 mountains, it's +3 food, etc. You can get crazy tiles here. You can get tiles that are, often early game, something like 4-2 tiles, or even 5-2 tiles, like 5 food, 2 production tiles, which are great tiles. They're working the 2 most valuable early game resources, which are production and growth, well, in the opposite order, growth and production, and they're doing that in areas that other civs might not even be able to settle. And then to combine that with, they have such synergy, they can move across hills like hills aren't there. So like hills are flat land, basically. So yeah, that city you want to settle, it's across like 10 hill tiles, and it's surrounded by mountains. Everyone else would be like, I'm not going to be able to feed this city. It's going to take me forever to get there. The Inca just walk over there and plant the city, and then build these ridiculous tile improvements. It means it's almost a science civ, because it has so much food from these tiles that it gets population to compete with science civs, and it's nuts. The Slinger is actually a detriment. This is a terrible unit. This is my least favorite unit in the game. Yeah, it probably is, because it's a unit that will, early game you want units to escort workers and escort settlers, particularly against barbs, but also against other players. And the Slinger withdraws from melee attacks, and it doesn't bring the thing it's escorting with it. So if you're a settler, if you're escorting a settler with a Slinger, and an opponent's scout attacks your Slinger, the Slinger may withdraw from the scout, leaving the scout free. When it does, as it withdraws, the unit that's attacking the Slinger captures the non-combat unit the Slinger was protecting. So you can't use Slingers to protect your units. Which is, what the hell is the point of early archers except to fight barbs and protect units? That's all they do. They're like very minimally useful for attacking other cities. Mostly you're going to want to move up to chariots and combos. So it's an archer that doesn't really do what it's supposed to be doing. So it's a pretty bad unit. Alright, what else? Alright, how can I forget? Again, like, talk about synergy, right? So the Mayans, they have increased food, they have lots of hills, they already move through hills very quickly, and then they can build roads and hills for free, and roads everywhere else at half cost. When I play Inca, I keep saying Maya, I don't mean to be saying Maya. When I play Inca, I'm often so far ahead that I know people are going to attack me. I will preemptively build roads on every single hill tile in my empire, because I don't have to pay for them, and roads are military, they're military improvements. They're improvements that allow me to best utilize my horses, best utilize my ranged units, and best screw the opponent. My opponent's attacking into hills. For him, a hill is a 2 movement tile problem, right? And if it's a hill with a forest or a jungle, it's a 3 movement tile problem. For me, it's with the road on it, with machinery, with Inca bonus. Normally machinery makes a road with a hill 1/3 of a movement point, and it's even better for Inca, right? So you get these crazy. Well, actually, it isn't any better for Inca, because it's just ignores terrain costs, but they're 3 movement hills, so anyways, you get the point. You get the point. My mobility is something like in the vicinity of 6 to 9 times better than theirs in my own hills, which is crazy. It's just, all these bonuses are synergetic, all these bonuses are strong, and these bonuses are basically, and their start bias is strong, and these bonuses are bonuses that are going to impact both your production and your food, and are going to start early and continue throughout the game to make Inca just a dominant civ. They're so good. They're so much fun. They always get banned in the games I play.